Big Sean is a rapper who's been popping in the rap game for the last 15 years, but he's always faced the trouble of being a talented rapper and being one of the hottest rappers of the 2010s and 2020s. But his legacy sort of not being cemented because of issues with consistency and just not being at the forefront of the rap game as often. With Big Sean coming back, he decided now would be a good time to drop a single and get prepared for his next album. And he recently dropped a song called Precision, but unfortunately he chose to drop this at quite literally the worst time to ever drop a single or try to really make a comeback. Remember to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll get right into it. So Big Sean decided to make a comeback when he recently dropped a song called Precision, which it's a fire song. If you guys haven't heard it, you should definitely go check it out. I'll include a little 10-second snippet.
Grandma was in there, auntie was in there, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shotty while bro had a shotty, like we in the getaway. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town.
That's all I can really play. I don't want to get copyrighted. Big Sean is making his comeback and he's gearing up to drop a new album, but he chose to come back at quite literally the worst possible time, as Future and Metro just came out with an album the same day that Big Sean dropped his new single. And on that album, it has a ton of disses towards Drake. Like, we just recently learned that Future and Drake haven't been getting along, and Drake's been sending subliminals at Future on his last album, especially with the song What Would Pluto Do. This album was sort of Future and Metro teaming up and firing back, and they teamed up with Kendrick on the song Like That, which has been sending waves through the rap game, and this is all the attention that everybody has had their eyes on for the past couple of days. It's completely overshadowing Big Sean's diss, or Big Sean's record, as has been a tradition for the past 15 years. Big Sean is an artist who is probably one of the top 5 best artists out of the past 20 years, honestly, just pure rap skill wise and content wise, but he's not respected as such because of his consistency issues. Honestly, in the early mid 2010s, people were saying that Big Sean was right outside of the big 3 of Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, and that it would be a big 4 if Big Sean was a little more consistent, which to this day I do fully believe that to be true. I think that if Big Sean was an artist who came with an album every year and was doing features a little more often, that he would be one of the most successful artists in the game. Granted, he's a super successful artist and he's one of the most successful to ever do it. His legacy just doesn't reflect that, and the respect that people and the lack of respect that people have for him just gives the public perception of him being less talented than he is, because a lot of fan mentality is really just like a mob type mentality. If people see that this artist gets trashed on a lot and they're talked about as being a trash artist and known for not being great, then that's what their automatic perception is, and they won't go listen to music themselves. So for that reason, I think that Big Sean's legacy is sort of just unrespected, really, but has also just been overshadowed for the past 10 years. Another reason that I think that Kendrick's verse on Like That is completely ruining Big Sean's comeback is Kendrick and Big Sean's history. Kendrick and Big Sean, if you guys didn't know, had somewhat of a beef going when Kendrick collabed with Big Sean for his Hall of Fame album back in like 2013, I want to say this was, when they did a song called Control. And if you guys don't know the record Control, I'll play a little 10-second snippet right here.
I'm usually homeboys with the same niggas I'm rhyming with, but this is hip hop and them niggas should know what time it is. And that goes for Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, J Electron, Tyler McMillan. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. They don't want to hear not one more noun or verb from you niggas.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll probably get copyrighted for that one, honestly. But if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave the link to the song in the description. Basically, Kendrick went on a Big Sean song and called out every popular rapper at the time, sort of like in a competitive way, just saying that, you know, he's competing with these guys and he's not here to be friendly while they know what it is that they're friends or whatever outside of the studio. Inside of the studio is the competition. And part of one of those rappers that Kendrick mentioned was Big Sean, which people saw as a little far and as a little bit of a slight to name drop somebody in sort of like a dissing type manner on their own song. And ever since then, Kendrick and Big Sean have been sending subliminals to each other, with the most popular one being Humble by Kendrick, where, if you guys didn't know, the sit down be humble part is seen as many as a slight towards Big Sean, as Big Sean did drop a subliminal in a song where he stated that he was going to stop being as humble, and humble is sort of his response at Big Sean. It might be a little bit of a reach, but this is just something that I've heard in a couple different YouTube videos, a couple different articles. That's what I know. I'm not 100% certain that to be true, but if it is, that's obviously the biggest subliminal that Kendrick has dropped towards Big Sean. Did Big Sean respond to this is the question. Big Sean did respond to this on IG as he dropped a new freestyle a day after dropping Precision, where he directly addressed the top conversation of the big three. And yeah, as you can see, Big Sean is back. He's ready to be competitive, but it just seems like he chose a really bad time to drop, and it's going to take all the attention off of Big Sean and his comeback. So I can't see Precision being the lead single for the album. I think that if Big Sean does want to drop the album and have a successful rollout, he's got to wait a couple weeks for this to sort of sizzle over, at least for like a little die down period between Kendrick dropping the diss and Drake responding, because we all know it's going to be a little while before Drake responds. He's going to fall back for a little bit. But if he can just wait a couple weeks, or maybe even wait for all this to die down in general in a couple months, I think it'll bring a lot more attention back to Big Sean, and people will really be a lot more excited to hear what he has to say again. But at this moment in time, it's just a bad idea, and it's just going to make him flop. And as you guys know, once you have a bad selling album, it's pretty much wraps for your career. People are going to assume you're a flop, and they're going to say, oh, his last album flopped, I'm not going to listen to the next one, and just going to result in less sales on the next album and just more people clowning you. And we've seen it happen time and time again. And it's something I just wouldn't want to happen to Big Sean, being that he's such a talented rapper. So hopefully he can sort of work his way through this beef and manage to have a great rollout to where he sells another 100K on this album or whatever. But what do you guys think? Do you like Big Sean? Are you excited for his new album? Have you heard Precision? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Start a discussion below. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.